What was your question?
So who would you consider the greatest member of the 27 Club?
Who would I consider the greatest dead person who died at 27?
Yes.
Why are you interested in that? Why are we ranking dead people, Earl?
Well, it just feels as though it's a small list, but the names are so big and they're all iconic people.
Is it big or is it small? It used to be small. It's actually a pretty long fucking list now, because now they go around and add all kinds of people. But it used to just be Jimmy, Janice, and Morrison. That's all anybody used to bring up.
Do you include anyone who isn't a musician in the 27 Club?
Yeah. So I'd have to say my cousin. To me, it's my cousin.
Well, it's personal, I understand.
Yeah. It shook us. Earl, on Wikipedia now, they have like fucking 40 names. Some of them having nothing to do with a good old OD. I mean, I really feel like you have to have an OD to be in the 27 Club.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure to everybody now, Earl, it's Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to sit around and... Yeah.
It's almost two different questions. Like, one is who's the best of them, who's the most talented. But then the other one's like, then there's ones that you personally like. But maybe they aren't the greatest of all time. I think Brian Jones is up there for me. But I don't think I would say he's the quintessential 27 Club.
Wait, Brian Jones was 27?
I believe Brian Jones was in it. Watch me be wrong, but I think he was 27.
I didn't think he was. I thought he was 28. Earl, how old was Brian Jones?
He was 27. He was...
Then how come he was never in the original 27 Club?
He should have been.
So you think Brian Jones more than Janis Joplin or Jimi Hendrix?
Well, like I feel like Janis Joplin is, to me, if I had to say like who's the best or like who do I think of first, I think of Janis first and foremost.
But why did you pick Brian Jones?
It's just like a personal favorite, I feel like. I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for being in the 27 Club.
This is the thing. We could change this. Who, when they died in the 27 Club, did the band get better? Brian Jones would be the answer to that.
Disagree.
Jeopardy.
Strongly disagree.
All right, let me check with Earl. Earl, watch what you say here. Earl, I want you to say this without worrying at all, okay? Even if you're against me again, it's not going to bother me. Now, am I going to penalize you for it? Sure I will. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, I will.
But, rank the Stones guitarist. Start with Brian Jones, Mick Taylor, Ronnie Wood. Rank them.
I would go number 1 would be Mick Taylor.
2?
Number 2 would be Brian Jones. Number 3 would be Ronnie Wood.
They're basically 3 different Stones bands. And I'm going to agree with him, Mick Taylor. That was the best version of the Stones.
That was the classic period.
I think, Gail, you like Brian Jones because he had bangs. That did it for you.
Found him relatable in that way.
Yeah.
I think that's the Stones era that I like best. That's my personal answer.
You're out of touch, my baby. You just got me because I fucking brought that up from that era. No, I'm not even going to ask the other 2 guys because they have no fucking clue whatsoever.
Plus, they're both Ronnie Wood guys, you know.
I don't even know if they're that. I don't even know if they even know Ronnie Wood. Ronnie Wood came in and did the show once, and Chris came in and said to me, Woody Rons is here to see you? There's a Woody Rons? I will also say this. When Ronnie Wood came in to do the show, he was one of the most charismatic people I've ever met in my life. It was like a light bulb came in. He's fucking adorable. Who is it for you, Earl? Basquiat? Number one?
He's my number two, Jimmy's number one.
Okay, it's all race with you, buddy. I'm gonna be totally honest. It's all race. Now I'll say this.
It's all bangs.
It's bangs and race is what I have to deal with in conversation. I'm gonna say something, and this might sound terrible. I think Jimmy, that was the end of his creativity. It was almost, I don't want to say it was a great career move for him to die when he did, but I think that whole Jimmy sound was done, and he wasn't going to make it into the 70s.
Do you feel the same about a Jim Morrison?
Probably.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Now, on the other hand, I think Janis would have went on for decades because she could sing all different kinds of things, and she would be singing country, or she would take a pop song and fucking Janis Joplin it up, and people would love it. I don't think she would have had the same kind of fame, but I think she would have always been beloved.
I think
where
so too.
People would have said like, "Oh God, Hendrix again with the fucking."
I like how you said it like the way I feel about Santana.
Thank you. No one's happy to see Carlos Santana. No, when he dies, everyone's going to be happy. You know, they're going to be, I fucking love Santana. You know?
I mean,
you gotta go
everyone was so
backwards.
excited about that Smooth song. I was like, oh, enough of this already.
Wait, maybe you never heard it. Oh, it's a hot wow.
I heard it and I hate it.
Chiquita banana in the midday sun.
I hate it so much. That is probably the most popular song that I was like, I'm not on board. I don't understand what everyone's doing. This doesn't make any sense to me.
But I'm going to give you the thing of Eddie Van Halen, even when we were talking about we went back to all the very early Van Halen stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We weren't like, oh, remember when you fucking switched over the keyboards and started writing Jump? Remember Van Hagar? It was fucking awesome. We weren't doing that at all. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the Blue Claws, those fucking guys play fucking hard rock and heavy metal before a show. I mean, they really fucking, they go fucking deep. I'm like, hey, can you play something for some of us that want to dance? That's what I said to the DJ. And then I found out he was a VJ. I felt embarrassed about it. Yeah, I don't think Hendrix is my number one. He might be my number three. Maybe even number four. Chris Stanley, what about for you?
I think mine would be Jim Morrison, number one, 27 Club.
Is that because your dad looked like him for a brief shining moment?
For one moment in the late 70s, he was a fucking dead ringer for Morrison.
He looked like Morrison and the Indian that jumped into Morrison's soul put together. And just the second story guy. Earl, do you agree with me that Hendrix wouldn't have added anything to the fucking thing? That what he had to bring was already done?
I disagree. I think he would have taken it further because the technology had caught up to him with the amps, the pedals, and he had his own studio, so he could have time to create. He would have.
Everybody's got their own studio. I think probably, here's what I think with Jimi Hendrix. He probably would have started playing with somebody like Weather Report. You know what I mean? Like, he probably would have done that thing like a Zappa, where it was like, oh, his music's so weird, and only those kind of people really love him.
Look, he was going to collaborate with Miles, but he had passed away. But
Okay.
imagine what those two would have put together.
Yeah, stop betting on the list of well. Just just like all the later Miles. Like, oh, a musician might like it, but regular people wouldn't.
Probably would have sounded more like what the Isley Brothers did in the 70s. It would have been a little
Yeah.
bit more.
And how many people sit around and listen to the Isley Brothers from the 70s? This is perfect. You think fucking Chris Stanley lays on his back listening to the Isley Brothers? No. He's fucking in there. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon. He's just all drunk, fucking spitting beer down his own fucking shirt. That's what Chris Stanley thinks, man. That's what you gotta aim for mass appeal. Chris Stanley. Man out of rehab.
Earl's not interested in that.
No. Let's face it. I mean, Vito calls Gail a snob. Earl's the snob.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you guys might be right.
Plus, here's the thing about
the
Earl.
second most snobby.
Alright. Earl acted like he asked the question, but all he wanted to hear was Earl. He didn't think, oh, Gail, that's interesting, or Ron, you came up with a good point. It's all just about him. Why don't you just come in and tell us your opinions, rather than asking for our own, because, Earl, you have zero interest.
I mean, he didn't even comment on my Brian Jones.
No. At least I came in and said it was all about the bangs.
Not that gang.
I give Brian Jones credit for this. He started the band, but with Mick Taylor, they made better records than Mick Taylor.
That's not playing off of her opinion.
27 Club.
Unfortunately, Mick Taylor didn't die at 27, or he would have been number one for me. Earl, are you still running for president? I see Chris pointing out stuff, but you did your mail order bride. And now you just lay back, taking a nap, feeling like you got all the votes.
You got to plan the next attack, and that's what we're doing. We're going to plan the next attack. And
Who's what? You got a fucking mouse in your pocket?
Earl's just sitting around with his limp dick, not knowing what to do next, waiting for this fucking mail order bride to come in.
The amount that you mentioned his limp dick, I think is a little
Enough,
much.
Chris. And why would his dick be limp when you're fucking putting out your big titty videos? He's probably digging those. He's probably already run 2 batches.
Can't blame him.
I did too. I already ran at least one.
yourself.
Sexy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Look at my tits.